Without thinking, Chike rushed to the door and discovered it was locked from within. So he began banging it with all his might. Pragya! Dike! Open this door! Chief Obiara had been preparing for his son's return. Dike, Chief Obiara's eldest son, had gone to Europe to study, and his father had been expecting his return on the day. But Chike gathered the villager to reveal the secret to his deafness. Chief Obiara wished for the villagers to welcome his son with dignity, but Chike had taken all the spotlight. Dike was expecting the whole villager to welcome him, having visited the world beyond Nigeria. But to his surprise, only the goats, hen, and other domestic animals were in his father's compound. He foams in rage, waiting for his father to come and explain why he had given him false hope of what awaits him in his return. Chief Obiara marched into his compound to meet his angry son, but he was in no mood to explain, and Dike would not have it, so he told him outrightly, "You were not supposed to leave in the first place, and if only you were here when she arrived, she would have chosen you over Chike." At the mention of Chike, Dike became more angry. He had left to study abroad because of his father's constant comparison with a deaf boy. He does not know what is so special about Chike, but he saw Chike as good for nothing, and that has not changed. He rushed to have some fresh air and calm his anger at the river bank, and that was where he saw them. As he watched them, an idea began to form in his head. He imagined boldly confronting them, seeing fear in Pragya's eyes and anger on Chike's face. It felt so good, but it was just in his head. Easing through the night, he decided to make his imagination a reality. He walked closer to them but stopped when they spotted him. Chike's body tensed up when he noticed the shadow. He moved closer to Pragya. The figure stepped into the moonlight, revealing a tall man in a corporate attire, a constant contrast to the village's traditional attire. "Who is there?" Pragya's voice was faint, though her heart raised. The man chuckled, holding his hand up in surrender. "I did not mean to scare you both. My name is Dike, Chief Obiara's son." Pragya's tension eased slightly, but Chike remained wary. "I just returned from abroad," Dike continued, his tone polite. "I was told a lot about what happened while I was away. I wanted to see for myself the man everyone has been talking about." He extended his hand towards Chike, who hesitated but shook it after a moment, his eyes never leaving Dike's face. Pragya, still conscious, observed them. Dike seems kind and respectful, apologizing for his sudden appearance. "I did not mean to intrude on your time together," he added with a smile. "I am just curious about the story I have heard." Despite the uneasy start, Dike's charm softened Pragya's initial suspicion. He was polite, well spoken, and seemed genuinely interested in getting to know them. As the three conversed briefly by the river, Dike apologized directly to Pragya for scaring them. "I am truly sorry," he said. "I did not mean to come off as a threat. I have been away for too long, and I guess I have forgotten how to approach people." Pragya gave him a small smile, accepting his apology. "It is all right, you just startled us, that is all." Dike nodded, then glanced at Chike. "You must be strong," he said thoughtfully. "I can see why Pragya admires you." Chike's face remained still, and Pragya sensed the tension in him. But Dike gave them a polite farewell and left, promising to visit again soon. As he walked away, Pragya turned to Chike. He does not seem too bad, does he? But Chike did not respond. His eyes followed DK until he was out of sight. There was something about DK that did not sit right with him, but he remained silent. In the days that followed, DK kept his promise. He began visiting Pragya and Chike more often, always polite and respectful, often bringing gifts from his travels. He seemed genuinely interested in Pragya's work with herbs and even offered to help her with research. Pragya started to enjoy DK's company. His intelligence and experiences from abroad made their conversation interesting. He spoke of different cultures and modern medicine, which Pragya found refreshing. But Chike remained distant. Though he tolerated DK's presence, he rarely spoke. Something about DK's smooth charm made him uneasy. One evening, DK approached Pragya while Chike was out gathering herbs. You and Chike have so much potential together, he said thoughtfully. With your knowledge and his connection to the village, you could do great. Pragya smiled. That is the plan. We want to help the village as much as we can. DK nodded but gave her a strange look. But have you thought about expanding beyond the village? There is so much more out there that you could achieve. Pragya paused. We are not tied down, she replied carefully. We are here because we want to be here. DK smiled again and said, of course, I just hope you realize how much more there could be if you choose differently. Pragya felt uncomfortable, but before she could respond, Chike returned and DK went silent. Pragya noticed the strange tension between DK and Chike growing over time, but she tried her best to ignore it. One evening, a young little boy approached her with a message.
Dr. Oyibo, Chief Obiara wants to see you urgently because of some herbs, said the little boy.
Pragya followed the boy to Chief Obiara's compound, but when she arrived, she found only DK waiting for her. DK, where is your father? She asked confused. Oh, my father is inside waiting for you, said DK. So he led her into one of the rooms, but suddenly locked the door behind them. Pragya turned, shocked. DK, what are you doing? Why did you lock the door? DK's polite expression disappeared and he stepped closer. I brought you here because I need to make you see the truth. You are making a mistake by being with Chike. He cannot give you what you deserve. Pragya's heart raised, her fear growing. Let me out, DK. What is wrong with you? She asked, trying to force her way to the door. But DK remained firm. I am doing this for you, Pragya. I care about you. I can give you the life you deserve, a life Chike can never offer. Chike, after some hours in the farm, went to Pragya's place but could not find her. He waited for her, but as the minutes turned into hours, Pragya did not return.
So, Chike began to worry.
He asked around if anyone had seen the Indian doctor, and by reading their lips, he got his response. Chike was getting tired of getting no response, but fortunately for him, he asked the little boy who came to call Pragya. Uncle Dike sent me to deliver a message to the Oyibo doctor, said the boy, and at the mention of Dike, Chike became alert. And so he asked the little boy to take him to where he left Pragya. The little boy, having been promised some farm produce, led the way. As they entered Chief Obiara's compound, the little boy's excited expression changed. Chike noticed this and anxiously asked him what happened. I can hear the Oyibo doctor and brother Dike talking from that side, said the little boy, pointing to one of the hut's door. Without thinking, Chike rushed to the door, tried to open it but noticed it was locked from within. So he began banging on it with all his might. Dike, Pragya, open this door! Chike shouted. His voice was filled with desperation, and the pounding on the door echoed through the compound. Chief Obiara, who was on his way home, heard strange banging coming from his compound. So he hurried towards the sand. When he arrived, he saw Chike banging on one of the hut's door with all his might as he called out to Pragya and Dike. Chike, what is going on? Chief Obiara demanded, his face filled with confusion. Pragya and Dike are inside this room, and the door is locked. Chike shouted, his voice trembling with anger and fear. The shock of what Chike had said hit Chief Obiara hard. His own son doing something so reckless? Without wasting a moment, Chief Obiara ordered Dike to open the door. As the door swung open, Pragya rushed out, her face.
Filled with tears and anger.
He locked me in, she cried, pointing at Dike. How dare you hold Dr. Pragya against our will? Is this how I raised you? Chief Obiara's face was filled with anger. It is not under my roof you will commit such abomination. Now, apologize to Dr. Pragya and Chike.
Ordered Chief Obiara.
Dike, shaking, stammered, Father, I, I did not mean. Now, Chief Obiara ordered. Dike turned to Pragya. I, I am sorry, Dr. Pragya. Chike, I am sorry. Chief Obiara gripped Dike's shoulder. From today, I don't want to see you anywhere near Pragya or Chike. Do you understand? Dike nodded in shame. Yes, father. When Dike left, Chief Obiara turned to Chike and Pragya. His voice softer. I deeply apologize for what my son has done. Please forgive me. Chike and Pragya, still in shock, nodded quietly, and Chief Obiara bowed his head and finally gave them his blessing. After receiving Chief Obiara's blessing, Pragya and Chike left the compound, feeling a weight lift off their shoulders. The villagers, including Chief Obiara, gave them their blessings, and finally, the way was clear for them to move forward. Pragya and Chike got married, and with the help of Siddharth, Pragya's brother, they flew to India for Chike's surgery to restore his hearing. Moral lesson: don't let people define you by what you lack. Instead, use what God has blessed you with and He will bless you more. Chief Obiara thought he could separate Pragya and Chike's relationship, but could not. So he went all out to bring his son into the picture, thinking, if I cannot tear down the bond between these two, my son will do it. And how did it end? It ended with him giving them his blessings against his will. Who can curse those whom God has blessed? Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and loved ones. See you in our next story. Bye.